Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV. Dear viewers, and a very special interview now. The Child Museum, dear viewers, also known as the Children's Civilization and Creativity Center, is one of the Heliopolis Association major projects. The museum, or the Child Museum, first opened in 1996 to be the first children's museum in the Middle East and North Africa as well. In 2008, the decision was made to develop the Child Museum and its garden to cope with the highest technology and the latest educational methods. In November 2012, the Child Museum reopened its doors again to children. Dear viewers, we're honored in this segment to host Professor أسامة الوارث, and he is the Child Museum General Manager, to tell us more about the museum and the ongoings in the museum. A very good day, sir, and it's always a pleasure to have you with us. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you very much for hosting Nile Cruise today.
You're welcome.
In a very special place. Sir, when and why was the Child Museum established?
That's in our country in general, and for the population in particular. The quantity of population of children in Egypt was increased rapidly. So that's the idea how to generate this generation of the children to meet the future of Egypt. The future of Egypt was thought, it's become from the thinking from the past of Egypt. The past of Egypt, it will be the encouragement or the driving for the children Egyptian for their future. So this was the first idea for the museum, how to learn about ancient Egypt, not only ancient Egypt as a history, but as a concept of the ancient Egyptian contribution for the worldwide science, architect, and art.
Okay, sir, I want to understand more about the Child Museum is the first children's museum in the Middle East and in North Africa. How do we enhance this museum, and how do everyone know about it everywhere here in Egypt and abroad, in the Middle East and North Africa, and the means of enhancement or the means of publicity for this very special place that every child in Egypt has to come and visit and know more about?
Yes, first of all, we already have our
social
media, our marketing program, but you see that we have a capacity of children. They have to use the museum facilities every day. That's we wouldn't like to overload our capacity, because we would like to reduce a good services. Services is come in our priority rather than the quantity.
You want quality, you don't want quantity. You don't want too much children, but you want the children that come in to know more about and understand more about the museum.
And yes, to benefit from our service as well. So we are limited for our capacity. Our capacity almost about 1,500 a day, according to the day visits. So we are limited. So we are asked to book in advance.
How is the booking, sir?
We have many
means of booking.
Bookings.
What are your means?
By phone, we are available all the day. We receive calls. We receive from our
hotlines.
Yes.
What's the hotline, sir?
We have hotline. We have already our social medias also can book through our website.
So the children can book online?
Online, yes. Can book, just booking. We should know in advance how many children will come, even from families or museums, to produce our services. And also we ask them what kind of service they need, what activities they are looking to be produced for them.
What type of activities do you have introduced for the children here?
We have so many.
Could you mention some, please?
Annually, we introduce almost 250 activities in different ways. We have art activities. It's all type of arts. we can say. Cultural activities, we have our theater, we have drama, we have music, we have ballet, we have all kind of activities you can imagine. We can be used for children. We have our own camps. We have winter camps, and nowadays we have a full booked summer camp. So
sir, for the camps, are the prices affordable for all the categories of the community?
Of course. We are working according to the services we produce to be available for all levels of communities. Plus, also we have our own social responsibility. As an Liberty Association, we have our own social responsibility through the marginalized areas. So we produce our service for them as well. We bring them from the semi-marginalized or semi-random areas to come to the museum by our bus, and we'll offer them all our facility for free.
That's amazing, sir. So you offer all the children that come into the museum for free, or some?
No, not some. Some of them just whom are not affordable.
Who cannot afford.
Yeah.
Who are these, sir? They come from the rural areas?
Rural areas, from semi-random areas, from different governorate all over Egypt, and also we have disabilities also for free.
That's wonderful, sir. That's very nice, sir. Sir, how do you target the special people that are needy, that need to understand more about this Children's Museum, and those that are disabled? How do you target them? How do you reach them?
We reach them.
Or do they try to reach you?
Sometimes they are trying to reach us, but also we have our outreach program. We go for them through our cooperation with other associations, disabilities organizations, and the community development organization are working in the rural areas. We know through them the area we are targeting, and by our reach program, and we will bring them to the museum, and we will introduce them to the museum later on.
How do they feel, sir, when they come in and watch the museum and see all the activities in the museum?
Yeah, that's one of our main objectives of the museum is equality. Thus, we need all children of Egypt to keep equal in this place. This place for all Egyptian children. So we bring them from all over all areas to feel equal.
How did the creators here at the museum make them feel, sir, as children?
Yeah,
because of course adults have special way of treatment, and kids have special way of treatment, and children have special way of treatment. Yes. How do the curators here make them feel?
We are so lucky. We have a good curators, very well trained, and they know how to deal with the children very well.
So they love children.
So they love children.
Males and females, sir.
Yes, of course.
Or only females, or
females are more.
Are more professional, because yes. Females are more kind.
Yeah, more kind, and in numbers also here in the museum are more than males. So we are really heal on them on this area, and all children come here. First of thing, the children feel after the museum how they are proud by their civilization, how they pride of the country. So this is one of our target also, to increase the loyalty, not only for the past, present, and feel for the future as well.
That's an amazing goal, sir, that you work on, and we hope that you reach your goal with all the children here in Egypt, and we all reach them with them together to be the best children all over the world. Sir, what kind of exhibits can visitors expect to see at the museum?
Yeah, we are not, look, I didn't say we are different, but we reduce a different way of interpretation. The interpretation we produce here for the children is how to link them by their past, not only by the history they read in school books, but by the storytelling.
So they see here what they learn at school, in books, and they study by heart to go and have an exam and get a good point. So here they come and understand what they studied.
Yes, we already have a link between our activities here and the school curriculum. So when they came here, they feel what they read in the book is real for them. And through the stories, they can understand what they already read in school books, but it was so difficult to them to understand. And then here we are, by the activity also, they can learn a lot and to discover more a lot, not only about the history, but about the science, about the art, and about the architect. This the main idea of the museum were built, how to reduce the significance of ancient Egyptian to the world heritage.
Perfect, sir. This is the role of the museum in promoting education and cultural awareness among children in Egypt?
Yes, this was our...
This is your way, huh?
Yes, this is our, you can say this our mission of the museum. Plus our vision to look for the children to reduce to the Egyptian, the future scholars, the future artists, and the future archaeologists.
And sir, how do you feel when you, as the manager or general manager here, achieve your goals and your aspirations, and you make this, you feel that these children are going out of the museum and they're really happy, and you reach the target of enhancing their knowledge, and they're fully aware of everything that's taking place in their country to make them, of course, better calibers in the future?
Yes, as I am a specialist in the pedagogy of children in culture, this is my main topic, I feel so happy. You know, that's dealing with children, it's amazing. So when you feel about it, how the children were happy about what we offer for them, we all feel that we have to do some more. We are not only be happy, but we think what more we can introduce for the children to be more and more happy.
So what kind of exhibits can visitors expect to see in the museum here?
Yeah, here in the museum you can see three main aspects of the exhibits.
What are they, sir?
First of them, how the ancient Egypt architect, where we are. From the pyramids, from temples, tombs, the Egyptian introduction to the world architect. The second is the daily life of Egypt. How were Egyptian life? That's, you know, in all history books we know about the life of kings and queens, but we know a little about the daily life of the normal, ordinary ancient Egyptian. That here we introduce them for the ordinary farmers, sailors, all the activity made by the normal ancient Egyptian in the market, in the building, in the farm, in everywhere of the day life, in music, how they entertain themselves in the ancient Egypt. So they can see the life of the ancient Egypt, not only for the kings and the queen, but for the ordinary people as well. Plus also for science, we also introduce science, the Egyptian contribution to the world science, from the astronomy.
This is your second contribution.
Yes, this is.
Because you said there were three.
Third. The science, from the science we know the astronomy. The ancient Egyptian introduced astronomy to the world, and we connect this to the modern. We start from the ancient Egyptian astronomy and how the idea of the ancient astronomy reached to the people for the space shuttles.
Okay, sir, can you tell us more about any collaborations or partnerships that the museum has established with other institutions or organizations to enhance its exhibits and activities?
Yeah, we have many cooperation internationally and nationally. From international, we have a good cooperation with international museums like British Museum, Children Museum Association, United States.
So that's the United Kingdom and the United States. What else?
We have a good cooperation with UNESCO, with International Council of Museums as well. We already have awarded from the international organization. From the
yes, you had in May 2012 the museum won the UK's Museum and Heritage International Award.
Yes,
this is the award you're telling me about.
Yeah, this was the first award we received just after the opening of the museum. You know why? This museum was built during the uprising of during the uprising, and nobody can. This museum will be opened. And
how did you open it in such circumstances, very difficult circumstances? Very difficult. How could you do this?
We do it.
And especially that the location of the museum is so close to everything that's taking place.
It's so close from the location of events, you know.
Exactly, that's what I'm discussing.
Yeah, that's we worked in, you know, in hide place, I can say. We were in secretly, and suddenly we introduced after the uprising. And it was shock for the whole world.
Yes, that's a great achievement.
Yes, why we received the award. This good achievement has been done during the uprising.
The reason you received the award, sir, was
because we introduced.
Because you reopened this museum during the revolution.
This one reason. This is one of the reasons.
This is one of the reasons. What are the other reasons?
The other reason, that's the education system we already introduced to the public.
You introduced
and
to the public.
Schools as in particular.
And to school.
In particular, and to schools.
How did the United Kingdom know more about this museum? Is it because of the collaboration that took place between you and the United Kingdom?
And they saw our activities during our website and through our social media from the beginning. We do a lot of publicity.
Okay, based on this data, sir, you made amazing job that the United Kingdom witnessed you and gave you an award.
Yes.
Is this through the collaboration or through the very hard work that they witnessed, so they gave you the award?
Yes, because hard work will be done and in cooperation with schools and pupils.
Perfect, sir. Sir, what are some of...
We in two...
so this is the UNESCO and the United Kingdom and
the
United
UNESCO
States.
Is separate one.
Another award from the UNESCO?
The other one, this once alive award to the museum to be done. It's the award of the best heritage education. The Best Education and Heritage Award we received from UNESCO.
Best Education Heritage?
Yes.
You received from the UNESCO?
From the UNESCO.
This was in which year, sir?
It was in 2015, I think, yes.
2015. And since 2015 till 2023, did you garner any awards?
Yes, but we are, you know, that's because of the COVID. This museum, we use this time to make a lot of rehabilitation for the museum.
Rehabilitation or renovation?
Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation.
Of the museum, and do some renovation and open a new gallery, a new exhibition of Science Center. That's we done during the COVID. And also during COVID, we were remotely running through online. We do all activities through online. And after the opening of our Science Center, we already looking forward to have an award for our new Science Center.
You should be so proud, and of course that's very promising, everything you're saying. Sir, or what are some of your future plans or projects for this museum, and how do you see it evolving in the coming years?
We have a dream.
What's your dream?
Our dream to produce this museum in different areas in Egypt. We are
so do you want other, you mean other places for the same as this museum?
This museum, but in small.
You want other branches for the museum?
Small scale.
Why is the dream difficult?
Yeah, it's not difficult, but we are running now to have a small space in the villages during Haya Karima project. We hope
Decent Life project.
Yeah, to
But I think under the auspices of
us
President-
an space in each village.
But I think under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and his very hard work for this
Yeah.
the initiative, it won't be difficult to
No,
have.
not difficult. Of course,
he
I
will,
know it's
he
difficult.
will.
But we are.
If the president knows about it, it will be so easy.
Yes, from your arena, that we are.
Through media, I know.
Yes.
It's going to be
For
so
this.
easy because the president,
we hope to do
always,
that.
always enhances, especially when it comes to women and children.
Children,
President Fattah
of
al-Sisi is
course.
very keen on both.
We are keen also to introduce.
And
that.
we are with you in your dream, and we hope you all success, sir. Sir, how does the museum encourage children to take an active role in preserving Egypt's culture, heritage, and history?
Yeah, this is one of the beginning. We know the children will be a main key for the preservation of our culture in future. And you know that's enhancing of children and through the museum and to make them more awareness about their history and civilization. My belief, the main topic to help to preserve the Egyptian heritage for the future, Egyptians themselves. If they are very well awareness about their history and heritage, they preserve it. So the children will be our main key for the preservation of our
in the future, of course, in the future.
By learning about the history, they do by the new interpretation of the history, by help them to dig, to discover, to see how they are proud by their history and their heritage. And I think in the future, we hope they will help and preserve our heritage and civilization for many years later on.
Okay, sir, what kind of impact do you hope the museum will have on young visitors, both in terms of education and culture awareness? Of course, sir, we mentioned that children read and learn at school, and they come here, they see, so this makes what they have in their subconscious stronger, and their awareness is much more. In this context of my question, how do you see, how do you read the ongoings?
The ongoing, and we will hope that we will going on in the future. We already do some ideas of to connect the museum collection with the national curriculum, but we are looking forward from schools and school teacher to bring their history class to the museum to learn the history class within the museum. They bring the children here to learn in the atmosphere of the museum, the ancient history. They already read in the schools. This class to be kept in the museum rather than in the classroom.
Professor Osama, how do you read and feel when you're the general manager of this child museum, which is one of the Heliopolis Association major projects?
Yes, this is really one of the major projects of Heliopolis Association, because you know that we are NGO. We are more flexible.
Our NGO?
Yes, we are NGO. As a museum.
You are a non-governmental.
Yes.
You are a non-governmental organization.
Yes, because we belong to the Heliopolis Association.
To the what?
Heliopolis Association.
Heliopolis Association.
Yeah.
So, and how does the government participate with you? The government does not participate.
No, we are NGO. We are completely the NGO.
So you're a non-governmental organization.
Non-governmental organization, yes. And then one of the largest project of Heliopolis Association. So we are funded by the Heliopolis Association.
The Heliopolis Association is one of the major non-governmental organizations.
Yes. And really the association are very keen to work in culture and libraries. We have three more libraries in Heliopolis and one in Las Marat as well. And they pay more attention for this institution, the Child Museum, and the Child Museum, one of the major projects of the.
Sir, the Heliopolis Association relation with the government.
Yes, just as a association, as a part of NGOs belonging to the Ministry of Social Solidarity.
Social solidarity. Okay, from here we have to, of course, pay. Are you well taken care of, sir?
Yes, of course.
You are.
Yeah,
By
of
the
course.
Heliopolis Association.
By the Heliopolis, by the support of Heliopolis.
And how is the Ministry of Social Solidarity holding everything around with? Is there collaboration?
No. Just they're supervising the associations.
They're
all
supervising,
of it.
okay.
Supervising.
Sir, it was of course my pleasure to have this wonderful interview with you, General Manager of the Child Museum in Heliopolis, Professor Osama Abdelwarith. We thank you very much for this very exclusive interview. It was of course our pleasure, sir, and of course through media we hope to enhance this amazing place. Thank you very much for joining us today in this segment of Nile Cruise and in this episode of Nile Cruise. And thank you for, of course, having us here today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Dear viewers, stay tuned. I'll be back again. Don't go away.